Hello, I'm Will Connally. I teach here in Art Foundation. I also oversee our computer lab and I'm an admissions representative. So you've been watching videos by Jody Samula, our lead of the department, and Mary Metzger about the portfolio process. Today I want to talk a little bit about documenting your work, and we will have specific videos for documenting two-dimensional work, three-dimensional work, and time-based performative work coming up soon, made by Chelsea Lee and myself. So there'll be more specific videos following about those topics. What are the benefits of documenting your artwork? Well, first and foremost, it's important not just in your four-year art school period of life. It'll be important throughout the rest of your career as an artist. It's a visual record of what you've been doing, what you've been making, and it can come to stand in for the artist themselves. Oftentimes, you'll send out a portfolio, send out a link to your website, and someone finds that work, sees your work before they meet you in person. It represents you, and so you want to make sure you put the best foot forward and start early with documenting your work. It can help you in the immediate future, so with getting into your department for your second year, it can help with your portfolio certainly, but beyond that, getting into the habit of documenting your work is going to help you greatly as you're building a website, as you're applying for different grants, as you're applying for submissions throughout your career. We as artists are visual people, so often it's easier to show someone a body of work, show them your portfolio, rather than trying to put it to words. So it's great to have that prepared and ready, like, this is what I've been working on, this is what I've been doing all this time. Having that sort of visual representation of your body of work. It can help you gain perspective as well. Seeing, keeping a clear record of what you've been making helps you move forward. This is how I made a previous piece. Okay, I'm gonna learn from that when I make the second image, when I make the next piece. It helps you gain perspective. What type of work qualifies for your portfolio? Well, I would say any of the work that you're currently making in your studios, two-dimensional work, three-dimensional work, four-dimensional work, obviously video pieces you already have that video document for. You can include in-progress work. I think it's a good idea to be in the habit of photographing your work at different periods during the process so that you get to see how work evolves, how it grows. Also, you can include images of your sketchbook, scans of your sketchbook, or short videos of turning through the pages in your sketchbook so you can start to view that work as its own piece, as its own art object. Why should you document your work right now? Which is a good question. Why start right now in your first year? It's easier to remember the details of your work and the specifics when the work is fresh, once it's recent. You are more likely to be motivated to document your work as you kind of create it, rather than wait a period of 6 months or a year and then try and look back and document everything. Also, the materials are going to be intact. I know if you store your work, you just have it like crammed under your bed or in the closet, things are going to wear away. Your artwork is going to shift and change over time. So I recommend starting now, documenting your work as soon as you create it. You'll be more enthusiastic to document and present, perhaps on a website, a more recent work than waiting a year or so and then trying to catch up. Where should you photograph your artwork? Usually it's best to do it in a clean space, clean sort of open space free from distractions. You can use our studios here, our open studios at Bow Street, to document your work. You can use our critique room. There's plenty of other kind of spots here at Bow Street where you can document your work. You want to minimize distractions like wall outlets or power cords or anything kind of bright or flashy in the background. Generally, you want to keep it simple and have enough space so that you can move your light source around, you can move your camera around, you have the freedom of moving around your artwork so you don't cast really heavy shadows on the back wall perhaps. I recommend, think about if your work functions better in a clean sort of white space or an environment. There's some work that you need that environment to give some context to it. Perhaps a sculpture where it's important to kind of see it in the round and see it in an environment. You can scan elements too, you can scan documents, you can scan paintings too. If they're a larger size, it makes more sense to just photograph them really cleanly. You can also use a roll of paper or a roll of fabric to create a background. If you're in a smaller space, if you're in an apartment or a dorm room, you can have like a sweep of paper in the background rolling out onto a tabletop. So you don't have to do it in a clean, well-lit studio. You can create your own backdrop for it. Lighting is important as well. It can help your art object kind of pop or come alive. It can help differentiate your art piece from the background. And just making sure you have enough space so that you have options. Thank you for listening to this intro video, and yeah, more videos will be following related to two-dimensional work, documenting two-dimensional work, three-dimensional work, performative four-dimensional work, and videos with some basics, image correction in Photoshop. All right, thank you.